Then there's the no kings fear.
President Trump, we don't want you or any other king to rule us.
We will never surrender. So Donald Trump, stay the hell out of Chicago.
Donald Trump is not a king. Donald Trump is a bully.
Trump does think that he's a king, and he thinks that he can act more corruptly when the government is shut down.
Sorry, clowns. If Trump was king, how come he can't reopen the government? In what land is a king held hostage by an unpopular party? If Trump was king, he could have ended the shutdown by royal decree and then do the right thing and banish all women who are less than a 7. Now, who put that picture in? Then there's the third term fear.
If he files to run for presidency and attempts to run for elections and then circumvents and ignores the rules, he's a violation of the Constitution of the United States and he should be arrested.
Are they going to let this happen? Are y'all going to let it happen?
But he iterates, he throws things out, and he plays with it, and he sees how people react. And it manifests, meaning once a mind is stretched, it never goes back to its original form. And that's my concern.
What's with all those hand movements? Why not just fully transition into a mime? At least then you'd shut up. Look, Trump can't run constitutionally. He's even admitted it. He's pulling your chain like Joe Biden does when he needs the nurse to come empty the bedpan. It's a fun recreational belief, and it works. It keeps countries from believing they can wait Trump out, and it sends the view deeper and deeper into therapy. And recreational beliefs, unlike the Democrats' destructive ones, don't lead to mutilated kids, gangs taking over apartment complexes, or men pretending to be women to enter safe spaces. But enough about Jennifer Welch. The Dems' fears can be dangerous. And the only fear we should have is what fake fear they choose next. Fear the fear. Because Dems never learn from mistakes, they just find a new costume for them. What will their next fake crisis be to scare people into giving them power? Methane is going to warm the planet? Well, stop feeding Joy Behar tacos. But for them, Halloween never ends. They just pick new masks and new get-ups. One day it's defund the police and climate hysteria. The next it's ISIS, the Gestapo, and Sydney Sweeney's a Nazi. Their ideas are worse than Fox wanting me to do a fully clothed calendar. No one's gonna buy that. Which is why the Dems can't run on ideas, and instead of matching Trump's good moves, they counter them with hysteria. And remember, these are the same people who gaslit you over real fears, an open border, rampant crime, and a brain-dead president while pushing imaginary panics. But they only work when you believe them, and we don't. They're the party that cried wolf so many times they should be tested for rabies. Kevin, you look magnificent today.
Thank you. I was born in 1601 in Vienna, and I had my first waltz with Barbara Cochran then.
Oh, nice. Does she watch this show?
Well, I guess she does now.
Yeah. Is it true that vampires dress up as you for Halloween?
Well, the truth is, this year the community's coming to New York. Last year was Paris. Previous year was Zurich. And we all flap over here, and the specialty on dinner tonight, New York Central Park Chihuahua. So if you've got a Chihuahua and you're in New York, don't walk the dog tonight.
No.
You know, this is a story about we eat rats. We eat Chihuahua. They're much better.
What do you think? What do you think about fear as a persuasion tool? We know that it works, but doesn't it have to be tethered to something?
Fear of fear itself is the very best. I really work with it quite often.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I mean, if the fear of the unknown, that's what people are scared about. That's it. Fear of the unknown in politics, fear of the unknown in your life, dating, marriage. The unknown. Everybody fears it.
Wow, you're like a philosopher with a really big collar. You know, do people, when they try to pitch a product on Shark Tank, does fear help? Like a lot of products based on a fear of something bad happening?
You know what happens? They practice, this is true, they practice for months. They get their big day. They're going to come in. And, you know, they've practiced, but they've never been in front of all the cameras, 26 of them, $1 billion in front of them. And every once in a while, I'm doing this for 17 years, okay? And that's a very short time in vampire lives, by the way.
Yeah, that's true.
So they're standing so tall and so stiff, they pass out.
Wow.
Right onto the cement. That's fear, buddy. Right
Yeah. Another victim for you, Kevin. Madison, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
What are you coming as?
Snow White.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Fox version.
Yes.
Thank you.
What do you make of this? The Democrats relying so much on fear as opposed to like policy.
I mean, like you said, fear sells. It's a really great mobilizing force. If you can align people with a fear, you can control them.
Yeah.
So that is tried and true. I think the fear of the running again for a third term, you put it perfectly. Trump knows what to say to get people riled up. I think it sends a good warning, but it's just so silly. The fact that The View is looking out and saying, what are you going to do? What are they going to do about it? Nothing.
Yeah.
And just as a baseline, it's absurd. Trump at the end of this term, I think, is going to be 82.
Yes.
If he ran a third term, which he can't, he would be 86. I think we've learned that at a certain age we need to retire.
Yes.
So what are we even talking about? But what we're talking about is fear. And they know if you can get people afraid, you can get them to do what you want.
And you're right. And if Trump, what did you say, is 81 at the end, right?
82.
82. The thing he should be doing is coming to Fox and selling Relaxium. Right? Joey, is there anything you're scared of?
I'm not afraid of anything besides like brisk walks and, you know, random things on the ground that I don't see. Outside of those two things, no, not really. I mean, there is the dark and snakes and spiders. A few little things. You know, I hate that you went with the Lieutenant Dan joke because I tried to dress up as somebody with legs today. That's why I wore my pants. You know, it's a funny thing. I almost met Kevin one time. They told me I was going on Shark Tank, and I didn't listen. It was I was going in Shark Tank, and here we are. You know, just a couple of years later.
There you go.
Best one I got, man.
That's good.
Soak it in.
What do you make of this strategy? Is it going to pay off? People always buy into fear.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm trying to think of a good example of when everyone just did what we told them to because of fear.
Climate change.
Climate change, maybe COVID.
We recycle.
Maybe COVID.
COVID, yes.
I mean, you know, 6 feet, mask, and all kind of other dumb I mean, I really wanted you to ask me about Kamala because I wanted to say, like, Trump should definitely dress up as the big hammer, right? Like that would, could you imagine what the White House social media team can do with that?
Yes, yes.
I mean, that was my, MSN chat, you know, screen name back in the day, but that's all I got to add.
She's getting tired. She's even getting tired of herself. You know, they probably don't let her drink during these things anymore. Start swearing. I know what it's like when when I'd have to do book signings and they wouldn't let me drink. I'd start swearing a lot. Kat,
you guys all think he's kidding.
Is there anything you were afraid of politically?
Well, it's such a huge part of the political game is motivating people to be afraid, right? And so I usually like to ask myself, okay, who's trying to make me afraid and why? Mm-hmm. And what do they gain if they succeed in making me afraid? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times it's a vote. A lot of times it's supporting something that is going to be diminishing your own rights. It's a tool that they use over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. So it's good to be wise to it because I think that, you know, people respond very well to fear, but you should get to know the unknown and then you'll find it less scary. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I will say, though, also, when Kamala said, "Are you kidding me?" That's the most likable she's ever been to me. Yeah. I think. When she said, because I felt like I was seeing the real her.
Yeah.
It's just like nobody doesn't she have like a super high turnover rate in her staff? Like I don't believe that you are a happy you're really behaving like you're on laughing gas all the time. I don't believe that. That was her.
Yeah, that was her. Are you kidding me? That's her at the car rental counter, finding out that there are only convertible Sebring.
Yeah.
It's always a convertible Sebring. You open them up, you can't close them. It's the way it works.
Want even more Fox News on YouTube? Become a Fox News Patriot today. Click join to find out how.